Hello friends, I am Srikant Ganvir. I am currently working as a assistant professor in the Department of Ancient Indian History, Culture and Archaeology, Deccan College Postgraduate and Research Institute, deemed to be University, Pune. The script of this module is written by Dr. Y.S. Rawat, former director of the Department of Archaeology and Museums, Government of Gujarat. I will be talking about the Buddhist monastic sites in Gujarat with special reference to Vadnagar and Taranga. The objective of this module is to present an introduction to the Buddhist sites at Vadnagar and Taranga, their architectural and art historical features, their religio-cultural significance, as well as a brief introduction to other important Buddhist sites of Gujarat. Buddhism introduced the region of Western India during the lifetime of the Buddha as known from the Buddhist textual tradition. During the Mauryan period, Buddhism started to flourish and further development can be seen during the time of Kshatrap and Maitraka rules. Now we are going to have a brief introduction of different Buddhist sites which include Vadnagar, Taranga, Devnimori, Talaja, Sana, Khambalida and Siot. Let us have a virtual journey of recently excavated important Buddhist site at Vadnagar. Vadnagar is located in the northeastern part of Gujarat, is one of the ancient towns of Western India. Geomorphological evidence indicates that Vadnagar town is situated on the right bank of wide paleo channel which had been formed due to the eastward shift of river Sabarmati. The Taranga hill of Aravali hill range located in the northeast could have been a source of variety of natural products and a source of many monsoonal drains is not far away from it. The ancient town was known by various names such as Anarthapur, Anandapur, Chamatkarpur, Skandapur, Nagaraka, etc. during different times of its history. Literary sources and archaeological evidence reveal that it was one of the important centers of Buddhist of Samitiya school in Western India. The study of the historical geography of ancient India reveals that Vadnagar was situated at the strategic location where two major ancient trade routes crossed each other. One of them joined central India with the Sindh and further northwest regions, while another connected the port towns on the Gujarat coast to northern India. Therefore, the ancient city could have been a city of ample opportunities until those routes remain vibrant. Archaeological excavations conducted by the Gujarat State's Directorate of Archaeology in different locations within and outside of fortified town from 2006 to 2012 have yielded cultural remains datable from the Mauryan to recent periods, assignable to the 4th to 2nd century before Common Era till the date. Excavations further reveal that initially the settlement most probably made in a humble beginning on the bank of water channel without any fortification. This initial habitation was subsequently protected from all sides by raising the earthen rampart around it, possibly in the 2nd century before Common Era. Now, let us have a look at different archaeological remains related to Buddhism unearthed from Vadnagar. Buddhist Association of Vadnagar has been known to archaeologists and historians through the Xuanzang's travel records in Siyuki. He also visited Vadnagar around 641 CE, which was then known as Anandapur. He records that this country is about 2000 li in the circuit, the capital about 20 li. The population is dense, the establishments rich. There is no chief ruler, but it is an appanage of Malwa. The produce, climate, literature and laws are the same as those of Malwa. There are some 10 Sangharamas with less than 1000 priests. They study the little vehicle of the Sammattiya school. There are several tens of Deva temples and secretaries of different kinds of frequent them. However, the finding of Bodhisattva image in the year 1992 provided the first concrete evidence for Vadnagar's association with Buddhism. The Padmasan image of Bodhisattva in a Abhaya Mudra is a sculpted out of red sandstone, which was a favorite medium of the Mathura school of art in the early centuries of Common Era. The inscription on the pedestal of the image also records that it was brought for the Chaitya. The Directorate of Archaeology, Government of Gujarat, on the initiation of then Chief Minister of Gujarat, undertook the work of archaeological excavations at Vadnagar in the year 2005-2006, which continued till 2011-2012. Later on, the archaeological excavation at the site has been undertaken by the Archaeological Survey of India till the date. The excavation at the site near the Ghaskol gate brought to light a Buddhist monastery in the year 2008, which conclusively proved that Vadnagar was indeed an important center of Buddhists in ancient times. The most significant discovery at the site is a burnt brick structure which has been identified as a Buddhist monastery based on its distinct plan and antiquities recovered from it. Interestingly, the monastery is located within the fortified area near the present day's Ghaskol gate, located in the central zone of the southern fortification. Square on plan, the monastery measures about 14 meter into 14 meter in size. However, to accommodate two small additional chambers at its northwestern corner, the northern wall of the monastery was extended towards the west. All the walls of the monastery were provided deep horizontal recesses at a particular height, which indicates that the original floor could have been supported on the wooden beams fixed into the recess. The monastery, unearthed from Vadnagar, consisted of an open to sky square courtyard in the center surrounded by cells on all four sides. It is evident that originally there were only 9 cells, except for the southern side, which was provided with 3 cells. The other 3 sides had 2 cells each. The cells on the northern side are of equal size. The open courtyard measured about 7.2 meter square in area. Interestingly, the middle portion of courtyard, measuring about 6 meter into 6 meter, was built with a burnt bricks as a square platform. Thus, a clear white gap was deliberately left between the walls of this platform and the monastery. This gap was found filled with earth. Thus, earth-filled area could have also facilitated the speedy soakage of rainwater during the monsoon season. A small washing area at the southwest corner of the courtyard was found connected to covered outlet drain, which passed out to the west through a gap between the cells. The construction arrangement of cells around the central courtyard followed a swastik-like pattern, which provided easy access to the cells located at corners to the plan closely resembles with the plan of Devnimori Monastery that was excavated in the early 60s of the 20th century by the Department of Archaeology, Maharaja Sayaji University of Baroda. The site is located about 80 km east of Vadnagar. The monastery was provided with a narrow about 1.8 meter wide veranda on its front side in the north. The presence of post holes on the edge of the veranda indicated that the roof was supported on wooden pillars. This provision of veranda seems to be a local feature which appears to be continued in the most of the later Havelis of Gujarat. The front side of the monastery was decorated exteriorly with a molded band by the use of molded bricks in the construction. Architecturally, the monastery was built on a 1.6 meter high elevated hollow plinth, which is an interesting feature of it. It appears that the height of the monastery was deliberately raised to create internal space for cellars underneath the floor of the actual cells meant for the monks. The gap between the recesses indicates that the lower recess was meant for fixing beams, whereas the upper recess was provided for fixing the ends of planks which were laid over the beams. Interestingly, the red polish ware RPW makes its first appearance at the site of beginning of the monastery. Red polish ware shards along with other ceramics have been recovered from the earliest contemporaneous stratas of the monastery. Thus, on the basis of the size of bricks used in a construction and ceramics assemblage recovered from the early level, it is assumed that the monastery was built around the end of the 1st century of the Common Era or in the beginning of the 2nd century of the Common Era. It was built on the remains of the preceding periods at the site.